For more on today's State Department report, we are joined by E. Benjamin Skinner, a fellow at the Carr Center for Human Rights Policy at Harvard University and author of A Crime So Monstrous, Face to Face with Modern Slavery. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start by defining what we mean by slavery, the term slavery in the modern world.
Sure. Most people have this conception of slavery as a metaphor for undue hardship. If you look up in Merriam-Webster dictionary, the first definition is drudgery or toil. But as a reality of life, what we're talking about is people that are forced to work, held through fraud under threat of violence for no pay beyond subsistence.
One of the things we noted in the introduction here is that today's report seems to imply that the global economic crisis has made this problem worse. How?
What we're talking about is people who are already extraordinarily socially isolated. They don't have knowledge of their rights, and they're further economically disadvantaged by the economic downturn, meaning that when traffickers come to them and offer them a better life, that will be an offer that in many cases they can't refuse. It's a devil's choice they make.
And this is not something that you've just written about. You've witnessed this. You've seen it.
Absolutely.
Give us a specific.
Well, one reason I take this so personally is because it is so personal to me. 5 hours from where we are, I was able to negotiate in broad daylight in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, the sale of a healthy girl, 10-year-old girl, for domestic and sexual slavery. The asking price for this girl was $100, and within 2 minutes I negotiated her price down to $50 for a domestic and a sexual slave.
Well, how did the girl end up in the hands of somebody who could make such a deal?
This individual, and he described his business to me as part of the transaction, would go into desperately impoverished areas of southern Haiti, find parents whose children were starving, were dying of a preventable disease, and he would say, "Mommy, Poppy, I can offer your children a better life. I can offer them food, clothing."
But that's a lie.
That is a lie. What in 300,000 cases, this is according to a UNICEF study, in 300,000 cases, these children wind up in domestic slavery, and they're also raped.
Who are the worst offenders? If we look at nations who are participating in this kind of trade.
In gross numbers, India. In a word, we're talking about
India, even though we consider it very modern and obviously a democracy.
And obviously a very close ally. We're talking about a country with, according to Anti-Slavery International, between 10 and 20 million slaves. According to the ILO, it's more like 8 or 9 million. One way or another, there are more slaves in India than the rest of the world combined. And by the way, there are more slaves in the world today than at any point in human history. So we're talking about huge numbers.
E. Benjamin Skinner, I'm afraid we have to end it there. Thank you.
Thank you.